Okay, welcome to the Geek Easy, fellow geeks. Let's grab a beverage of your choice because today we are going to be talking about Creepy Archives Volume 2. It's published by Dark Horse Comics. And I know at some point I think I'd referred to these as pre-code. I was wrong. It was brought to my attention that these are post-code, and upon checking the copyright on here, copyright 1965-1966, which I'm assuming is when the actual magazines of issues 6 through 10 were published. So these are definitely post-code. Which, come to think of it, might explain why these aren't as gruesome, you might say, than things like Tales from the Crypt and Vault of Horror. But yeah, just because they aren't as gruesome doesn't mean they're not as good. I mean, you take a look at the old Tales from the Crypt, Vault of Horror. I mean, full color, there's spectacular art. I mean, they have, heads being chopped off and blood coming out of there and all this stuff. This one, there is a little bit more, or subtlety, a lot less than none of that actually. And, you have, I'm not even sure if these things actually had to follow the comic code or not, but there's, it's black and white. The nothing is, gory in it, but let me tell you, the stories are just as creepy. And Archie Goodwin, who is well known for working at Marvel, is one of the authors on this, and he did a great one of the authors on this, writers, did a great job setting the mood for these stories. If you don't know exactly how it works, you have a character. Each story is about 5 or 6 pages long. They are set up by a character, not from the story, but they have Tales from the Crypt has Crypt Keeper. Creepy has Uncle Creepy, right? He sets up the story, and then the story goes. Boom. It's 5 or 6 pages. And of course, then there's a twist at the end. Now look at some of this. Look at the art in here. All right, look at the art. I don't want to bury the. I don't want to give away the twist at the end. But look how well this, the art is done in this. And so they get it up, and then at the end there's a little twist. Think Tales from the Crypt, think, like the Twilight Zone, stuff like that. But then they move on to the next one. And there's 4 or 5 issues per magazine, and there's issues 6 through 10 in here, so there's 5 issues per book. Now, not every story is fantastic. I mean, it's virtually impossible. But they're all, most of them are really, really, really good. There's like 1 or 2 that you're just like, okay. But that's pretty good odds. And if you actually take, and each magazine has its own copy of the cover. You have a little 1 page beforehand, and then they have the table of contents. And each one of these things has the original letters pages and ads. There's not many of them. This one, like right here. But you get the the stories, the magazines, and it is just so fun to read. I'm going to give this a 5 out of 5 just because, despite the fact that maybe not there isn't exactly, it's not as grisly as the Tales from the Crypt and stuff. But it can be just as spooky, and the art makes up for it in other ways. This art makes up for it in other ways. So like I said, I'm going to give this a 5 out of 5 and say, hey, if you enjoy this type of stuff, pick it up because it is worth it. It is such an incredible read. And it'll be a valuable addition to your collection, which mine is going to be like right up over in there somewhere. You can see the little one. It'll be right up in and around that area right there. And boom. And I'm going to start working on 3 here. I already have. But I'm going to go and start working on more on number 3. Anyway, let me know what you think. This is a 5 out of 5. Let me know in the comments below what you think of these books. And like, subscribe, and most of all, enjoy your horror.